Welcome to Data Driven Sports Betting. I'm A-Train Bets, and I use my brain to make bets. And in this video, we're going to cover just the basics of making bets with A-Train Station. So you've seen in other videos, and if you haven't seen the other videos, go watch the other videos. We have videos that explain different screens in our A-Train Station system. You've got different settings and weightings and the books you select from and how you decide to get to this plays screen with the different plays that you can make and whatnot. So you can find that in other videos, but I just want to take you through a simple example of how I make a play with A-Train Station. So if I come in here and I am bringing up the Knicks and the 76ers, and what we have here is a situation where we have BetOnline and Pinnacle are the two sharp books that I'm using to determine what our no vig line is, which you see right here. This 113.6 is what we determined through our math and our book sharpness weightings, what the no vig line or the true odds should be, plus or minus 113.6 in this market. Okay. So that's the line of truth. When we get better prices than that, we go and make those plays a lot of the time if we believe that this is correct. If we know this is correct, or if we really believe that this no vig line is correct, then we go and make the bet. In this case, it's very simple. You see BetOnline and Pinnacle both have kind of had market movements that have pushed them far to the right. They are very well aligned. They have relatively low holds. DraftKings, though they have a slightly lower hold, they are somewhat off the market. So is BetMGM. But BetMGM has limited me so much that I don't bet there personally. So I used to bet there, don't bet there anymore. But DraftKings is also a good positive play. All of these plays here are positive plays. All of these plays here you could do with a expected advantage of different percentages here based on our no vig line calculation, but they are all profitable plays. So you have to weigh like how much you're going to get limited versus how profitable is that particular play. You get a better price at BetMGM, but I'll get a little bit more money down at DraftKings, although I'll still probably get limited there. But they don't limit me so much that it's not worth playing, right? So still way better than going to Caesars where I could play even more, but still not as good of a price. So what you can do is you could go and say, okay, well, I'll bet at MGM, see whatever they limit me to. Then I'll go bet more at DraftKings, and you can get all of that down. You kind of just work your way down with whatever you can. That's one way to do it. Or you can just say, you know what, DraftKings will probably let me have enough. That'll be enough, right? So what we'll do is, in this case, we're looking at Julius Randle threes to the under. So that's right here. We're looking at 4% EV. Right. And we have a whole separate video that kind of walks through all of the analysis and the basics of what's happening on this bet detail screen. But I want to show you what do I do to actually make the play, enter it, and then move on. Right. So what you see here is Julius Randle threes under 1.5. I'm going to bring it up at DraftKings. Right. So at DraftKings, it's the Knicks and the 76ers. We're going to go to player threes. Right. And we're going to do Julius Randle under at plus 124. So I've selected that play at DraftKings, and I'm just going to put in 105 because that's what the recommended wager is for my particular bankroll, which is a $21,000 bankroll with a Kelly of 12.5%. So yours may be lower than that. Just set your settings correctly. It'll tell you what you need to bet. So that's what I'm going to bet based on the Kelly criteria. I'm fine with that. And they're going to say, no, we're only going to accept $74. You wanted to play 105, but we're only going to accept 74. Like, that's fine. That's cool. We'll take it. So we'll play it. So I played that bet now at DraftKings. Said, okay, we got 74.78 at that. So what I need to do now is go back to my screen with the station and say, I'm going to enter this play, right? And so I got the odds that I was looking for at plus 124. I didn't have a boost on this play. We didn't end up playing at 105. We did end up playing at 74.78. I got limited, and on the notes, because I'm gonna track this later, used as video example, because you can write in your notes here, and if there was something unique about this play that you're gonna want to remember later, just throw a little note in. It's a great way to help remind you when you're going back and looking at all of your plays. Then you'll say, oh, that was the one I was wanting to look at because of this unique circumstance. We think having notes and being able to have that kind of information, and over time we're going to add tagging and other functionality as well. But for now, you just add a note so you can look back and learn from that experience and say, okay, what happened there and why do I want to think about this as it might influence my betting strategy in the future. So once I did that, I hit save. It says bet saved. I can close that out with that. And we can move on to the next one. So I can hide that screen and we can go back to our positive review page. You can see that Julius Randle threes has now stopped being highlighted at DraftKings, but I could move on to the next one or whatever, or I could just say, okay, you know what? Let's do another search here. Let's refresh the page and see what else we got. So I have hide already bet. So that bet that we just made, that's gone. And now it's just hidden. I mean, it's not gone. It's just hidden, gone. And now we can go and find the next play that we want to make. And so this is the process. This is the process that we go through every time to go through our plays for that day. So, but that one play, it's that simple. It's that simple to just go in, make that play, and then later on, once the games have passed, you can go back in, you can see what your closing line value was. We haven't yet, but we will add the bet closing, so you'll see the results. And you'll be able to look at your profit and loss and all that stuff. And so we're working really hard to build out more analytics tools. But for now, we're focused on helping you make this play in the best, fastest way possible with all this visual information that helps you understand all of the context surrounding it, focuses it in, and allows you to take that action quickly, capture it, memorialize it through the bet tracking, and then move on to the next one. Fast, fast, fast. Because when you're in the moment of betting, here's the one thing I want you to remember. Is that when you're in betting mode, bet. Go through, do your analysis, bet. Go through, do your analysis, bet. Rapid fire. Get the bets in. Get dialed in. Get into the zone if you can, right? Just focus and analyze, bet, analyze, bet, analyze, bet. Then there's time later when the bets aren't as prevalent, or you've already made all the bets that are available, then you can go back and start really thinking through what has my strategy been and what has been effective about my strategy, what has not been effective about my strategy. How do I improve on that? We'll have other videos on how you can analyze things and learn from it. But for now, before you can do any of that, you've got to know how to do the mechanics of betting. And that's where I think just being able to track it that way, go into make your plays, and then move on is a really important thing. And one thing that I recommend doing is I have, like on DraftKings, you saw I was placing that bet from my phone because I find that the DraftKings interface on the phone is a little bit easier to work with than on a website. But a lot of times I'll have a window open with all of my books ready to go on the website, on my desktop computer. I'll also have the phone nearby because there's a few books that I can only play from the phone or prefer to play from the phone for various reasons. Sometimes they give you more or less information. Sometimes they're faster. Sometimes they're just easier. Sometimes the search works on the phone, but not on the main website. A lot of the apps, especially the recreational books, will tend to focus on the apps versus the website because they know casual bettors want the mobile apps. So that's where they put their investment. They're clearly not putting their investment in setting good lines, right? DraftKings, am I right? Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. So anyway, that's how we do it. You want to work quickly and you want to enter it. You want to make sure you have the information that you need later, but then you want to get to the next one. And that's why with the play screen, we allow you to go through very quickly, see that list, have some of the information up front so you know whether or not you want to bet it quickly. And then you go and dive into the details, say, yep, I was right. Definitely want to do that. Let's go. And you do it and you bet and you move on. So with that, everybody, thank you so much for checking out this video. Simple video, short video, but hopefully it gives you a little bit more insight into what's happening. If you watch me on my live streams, you'll see me doing this over and over again. I thought it would be useful for you to at least get one clear example of here's what I'm really doing, and I can kind of take some time in explaining all those little pieces so that when you see me on the live stream going through many of these analyses and bet placements, you at least know what's going on there, and you can do it yourself with A-Train Station. So with that, everybody, thank you so much. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps us out. And until next time, this is the train leaving the station. Save the units for the pros and do your betting like the pros. Take care.